I remember 20 years ago, I was standing in that courtroom.
It's bisexual.
Superman's. I sent you the Zencaster invite.
That's it. Yep. That's what you're excited about? All right, let me double check. There we go. Oh, wow.
Well, there is that thing where Robin was gay. There was that version that Robin's gay, and we all knew that. There's been gay jokes about Robin for years.
Has there been?
Yeah, he's always like the boy wonder. What's a teenage boy doing hanging out with a grown man that lives alone in a mansion? Like, those outfits from like the old TV shows, like the red and the green Robin outfit, or not the red, but the yellow green outfit. Yeah. Like he's gay. He's gay. He's like,
hey, can you? I'm gonna mute my. You can hear me twice, huh? In the Zoom meeting and in Zencaster.
No.
Talk.
Yep. Daddy.
Wow, I can hear you a lot better now. Like you're so much louder.
Clear? Yeah, no, it's weird. Just like stupid little settings like that. That was weird. Like going back and editing audio.
Yeah.
Your mic hadn't moved at all. You were just talking, and you go from crystal clear to it sounds like you're far away from the mic. I'm like, I don't know. Sometimes when you mess with it, you push it away, and then I'm like, oh, okay, that makes sense. But the mic you hadn't touched it, and you were in the middle of a sentence, and I was like, oh, Jesus Christ.
I shaved my beard. I look better, huh?
Yeah, you trimmed it up. It looks a lot better. You look like a member of society now.
Hey! I'm down to 2:30 now, Chase.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Is that what time you woke up?
Dude, okay. Increase just, the running and working out and stuff like that.
Yeah, you get more tired. And that's one of the things I never understood. Like when people are tired and they go to doctors for like sleeping pills and all this stuff and they don't work out.
Yeah.
And I'm like, just work out.
Just do something, instead of
physical.
But yeah, it's because what I was doing before is I would go and I would only run like 3-4 miles and then I wouldn't do like muscles exercise. I was just too tired. But then after like a week of doing it, I had a more energy to add in a lot more muscle exercises, and that is that's what made me even more tired. So I'm like, I'm going to sleep any chance I get. I don't care.
Hackers have started to invade Battlefield 2042 beta.
Oh my God, dude. Okay, so we could start. I just want to start this right off the bat. Okay, so remember how I told you about Tom Henderson, like the one that Tom Henderson.
Yep. I don't know him, but I've heard you speak of him.
Yeah. So he was good. Like he was fine when it came to Battlefield, like the giving out information and stuff like that and all this kind of stuff. He seemed to be unbiased. All of his tweets, he was just giving out information. Immediately when the beta comes out, he starts doing nothing but shitting on Battlefield. Dude, listen to me. It was almost like someone was paying him to shit on it. And let me explain. He put out like 1 or 2, maybe 3 videos, small clips of like the bugs and stuff like that. And he posted, if I'm not mistaken, okay, he posted, he's like, this is how it runs on PS5. And it's like a 30-second clip of like some glitches and some, visual bugs. And I'm like, that is not how it runs. What are you talking about? That's not how it runs. No, you're wrong. Like maybe that and I guarantee you the experience that small clip, like that's not the, like that's how long are those games? They're long. That's like probably like a minute or 2 out of the entire game. And he's taking that and using it to completely basically lie about the state of the beta. I'm like, yeah, it was buggy. And like, there was a lot of people on Xbox and like just Xbox One and like,
Dylan, it's a beta. So it should have issues with it.
Jesus. Like I said, DICE even came out. They came out like 2-3 times stating it's an old bill.
You can't win. If you're a game developer, you can't win because if people want to play your beta to see how the game's progressing and people don't understand that months and months before the game is released, there's tons of issues.
Yep.
So when you release, people, I want to see the beta. And then they show you the beta
comes out.
And then they shit all over it.
Shit. I'm like, oh, dude.
So they might as well not even have a beta.
Yeah. It's insane, man. And then DICE even said, or one of the devs, they said that it's a very basic version of Battlefield. The beta is very, very basic. I was like,
Yeah, they want to just get the
That's crazy.
structure and get people to connect and stay connected.
there is a lot of good feedback. They got a lot of cool clips and stuff like that. Like I said, the tornado was amazing. The tornado was awesome.
There was one video I saw where the rocket blew up with the tornado. Just happened to be over it, and that's not like a thing that happens every.
No, that happens
tornado
rarely.
Every match.
Dude,
cool
I remember. So with the rocket, when the arms disconnect and it's like fueling, that's where you can cause damage. That's when it explodes, dude. It takes so much damage. I remember I was in a tank and I was shooting the shit out of it, and I saw other people shooting it as well. We were shooting it, and it still didn't blow up. Also, another thing too is I read that for the beta, it's the tornado only happens about 10% when there's like a storm and there's rain. They upped it for the regular version. I'm pretty sure that DICE is smart. They probably didn't. I'm pretty sure they didn't up it to where it's going to get annoying because they understand. They understand that.
Well, even then, even if it happens 20%, the storm happened and the tornado was far away from me, and I saw and I looked at it from a distance, and I was like, that looks so. I want to save it.
It looks so good. That's what I'm saying. Like, I honestly, I wasn't expecting it to look that good. I was not expecting it. And then the lightning, and then the thunder, and I'm like, wow.
It looked, yeah. I was definitely impressed.
But yeah. And then of course on the 14th we have the reveal trailer for Hazard Zone. Finally.
You just got done playing the beta. Finally, information.
Well, no, the reason why I say that is because...
Oh, in 2 days, okay.
The reason why I say that is because they had said that they were going to release more information about Hazard Zone towards the end of this year. And I mean, it's what we have a month, actually. Well, for me, for the people who pre-ordered the Gold or Ultimate Edition, we have a month exactly because we have early access to the game on the 12th of November. And then it releases, it's a week before. So it comes out November 19th. If you pre-order the Gold Edition or Ultimate Edition, you get it on the 12th week prior.
Okay.
Yeah. Which, look, a lot of people don't like that, but I think that's really smart because that, to me, helps the servers. It kind of gradually brings people into the servers. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like, okay, we have a bunch of people playing on the 12th, and then a week later, they can kind of iron out the details. And look, here's another thing that I was really surprised about, dude. I was in my head, I'm like, man, it's good. The first day of the beta, I'm not going to be able to get into games. There's going to be all these problems. There were a lot of problems, but I was able to get into every single game, no problem whatsoever. I was really surprised by that. I was really surprised. Now, Dylan, on the more difficult time.
Well, he was on PC, right? And
no, he was on Xbox One.
Well,
the
S1S.
No, I loaned him my Xbox One X.
Okay,
so it's a little bit better. But yeah, there was a glitch where he couldn't even get past the main menu where it says press A. It wouldn't register that his controller was plugged in. Like he tried everything, and then he had to change his, even when the actual open beta, like the 7th or no, the 8th, on the 8th, when everyone could join. He tried it. It didn't work. And then he looked it up. And he got through, but he had to disconnect his wireless headset. There was like a bug where it wouldn't work with wireless headsets.
That was weird.
Yeah. But what he had to do is he had to change his time zone to New Zealand for some reason. And then he played like one game.
And by then he was so over it. He's like,
I don't even care. Which is fine. But even him, he's like, I know it's just a beta. Thank you. And look, okay. Remember how everyone shit on Battlefield 5? Remember how everyone shit on Battlefield 5? No one liked Battlefield 5. I mean, it turned into a really good game. Okay. I loved it from the start. I thought it was great from the start. But a lot of people didn't. A lot of people, they didn't like the political whatever. Okay, whatever. I will have to say this, in at least from the beta version that we got. I won't say too much. I'll say it I'll take it with, well, I wouldn't say grain of salt, but because they did say that there are a lot of features missing from the beta. But in the beta that we played, there are so many features that were in Battlefield 5 that are not in Battlefield 2042, at least right now. Laning, like the supine movement, like jumping on laying on your back, and you can see your character's feet, like I said, leaning. Guess who's missing those features? People who hated Battlefield 5.
Well, they're like, I don't know if you can hate. I don't know. You can hate on something, but then appreciate certain things that it does. And not to go completely off, because I have to talk about, I had the worst weekend experience in a video game, in my video game life. I was
2K.
Yeah. And I was around during Halo 2 when people were doing the standby glitch and pressing standby on their modems.
I remember that shit.
all of this stuff. When 2K came out, there were some connection issues. I didn't play Park very much. It's like a street ball version of the game.
Yeah.
Whatever. And then you can do, I usually play single player, my player. I play the NBA game and that's it. Because I don't want to mess around with connections. There's always lag. This year, I decided, you know what? I haven't played Park in 4 or 5 years. Okay. I'm going to go do that. There was like an XP weekend or whatever. There's seasons now where you rep up, and it takes way too long to rep up all the way to 40.
It's very grindy.
It took long for me. I'm not even at 40. I was at 30. I played all weekend. I played Saturday, Sunday, and Monday pretty much all day. And I got to level 29. And it's 4 times. It was 2 times XP one day, 3 times, and then 4 times. It took forever. Now I'm playing by myself most of the time and with people who I don't know. So like the team, we're losing, whatever. Doesn't matter. But it still took way too fucking long. And there's no way to progress. This is not even the worst part. This is not even the worst part. I'll tell you. There's not even a way to progress in a single player mode through the seasons. So it's not like in every game you can progress through your season. Like in every other game, they have seasons. You can progress through the season how you want to play it. If you want to play it single player, there's tasks you can do to progress to where you can reach max level. At least that's what I've experienced in like Sea of Thieves or those other games. You can play the game how you want and still progress. You don't have to do Park. You have to do Park to progress through the seasons. Now you could do Rec and all that other stuff, but there's no 2 times XP. There's no 3 times, 4, whatever this weekend. So they force you to play this stupid mode. I could not play more than 2 games without getting kicked out. My game would freeze, and then my Xbox would turn off by itself. It would turn off by itself. It would out of nowhere. Nobody else out of the group of people that I ran into had this issue. They did at the very beginning.
Yeah.
There were connection issues before, but that's all been fixed for everybody else. But me, I could not get 2 to 3 games. And then so I would start a game. 1 minute in, I'd be kicked, and my computer character would stay there. My team would win. Then I'd have to hop back up, but I lost all that progress. I lost all of that game progress. So I had to wait extra. So I had to play like 2 to 3 times more games. And it's the most frustrating thing, especially when you're playing with randoms, especially when you're playing with your friends who hopped on to play with you.
Yeah.
And then you keep getting kicked. I will never in my, and I was tweeting at 2K the entire weekend. Every single time I got kicked, I was like, disconnected again, disconnected again, disconnected again. It was 30, 40 tweets. I was like, you know what? I'm going to do this every single time and see what happens. On like the 10th or 15th one, 2K support was like, hey, put a ticket in. I was like, I'm not helping you fix your game. You know what's wrong with your game. I'm not it's in the tweets. If you really care about it, it's in the tweets. My game freezes every 2 to 3 games, and then the Xbox turns off. Fix it. It's not an issue. I paid $500 and something for my Xbox, and this is the only game that does it in. It's not my internet connection. Yeah. I just played Battlefield with 138,000 people all at once in the match.
You were fine.
A single internet connection issue.
Yeah.
I play Sea of Thieves all the time. Like, it's not my connection issue. I was like, what is wrong with your game that I can't do it? And that at the beginning, I told you before, at the very beginning when 2K came out, I got disconnected from a single player match. There was nothing I was in the middle of playing by myself, and this little error code came up that said disconnected from servers. I'm like,
it's live service, right?
I shouldn't have. But not like, because you get VC, you collect VC from the things you do in single player. and that stuff you can buy with real money. So it's all like, it's always constantly updating. You have to obviously be online because it always has to like check in that you're not doing something, whatever. You're not like VC glitching or, you know, getting millions of, you know, dollars worth of VC or whatever. So they check in and see if you're getting too much VC, they'll like ban your account because it's some weird glitch or whatever. So it's just issues after issues after issues. And I'm done. I'm not buying another 2K game, and I'm not buying another, especially brand new. I will, in my life, I swear to God, I swear to my grandmother, I will never again buy that stupid fucking game again. And it's so
crazy, man.
It just doesn't make any sense. Like you release the game and it's completely broken at first. People can't connect to your game. It happens every year. So if it happens every year, shouldn't you get that correct? Shouldn't you, like if you're making new content or new, I don't know, like code or whatever, get the code to work first.
Yeah,
and
man.
Then,
you know,
and then build on it. Don't completely change it for next year. Just keep it the same. Keep it the same. Keep it the same. Work on the connection issues. So it's not, I can understand every 3 to 4 years you're making a game and then you recruit, you make every new engine, new everything. I understand. I get that, but it comes out you have 9 months to work on it, 9 to 10 months, and then you release it. This should happen every 5 to 6 to 7 years. It shouldn't happen every single year. There's always connection issues. And that's another, I didn't play 2K21. I went back and listened to a whole bunch of issues when it first released from some YouTubers. Even worse. Oh, fucking cat. Even worse than this. They're like, 2K22 is having a lot of issues. It's bricking consoles. It's doing all these other things. It's freezing. They said it's the issue I was having. And then they're like, yeah, it was worse in 2K21. And I'm like, I don't understand this issue. I lost, but anyway, go back to Battlefield.
No. What I was going to say is that goes with, you know, just companies just really not caring. That's just what it is. They really don't care. They don't really. They make their money on it.
That's what it seems like. That's what it seems. And there's no like statement. There's no apology. There's no nothing from them. They're just ranking. Like it worked for all of my other friends that I played with. And so my friends are buying, you know, extra VC. They're making tons of money off of it. So they don't care about the 10% or 5% or whatever players, 1% that are having issues and can't play their game because they're making hundreds of millions of dollars off of everybody else. So I get it from like a business standpoint, but if you're having, if your game's unplayable, like you shouldn't release it. Like it was unplayable for so many people at the very beginning. Now they lessened it, but what is the issue? Did I do some quest out of order? Like and then it's some weird glitch. Like, do I have to restart my career guy? And even then I'd lose all that progress. I'd lose all the badges. I'd lose all of the things that the abilities that I worked for. I would lose dozens of hours of game. So how is that exact? And then you can't even, like, you know how in games you can take away your ability points and then create a new character and then repurpose it.
Yeah.
You can't do that.
No, of course not.
You can't do that. So if you make a mistake and then, so like say if some ability is more powerful and they nerf it to where it's not ability. Say this limitless 3-point range, you can shoot further out, is bugged, and they lessen it to where it's not, advantageous for you to have it. Then so you're stuck with that. You can take the badge points away, but you can't take away the attribute points. So you can't redo the whole build of your character and all that. I'm just like, there should be a thing where I spend 10,000 VC or whatever, and I can tweak it back to how I want. I can make my guy a little bit taller.
Usually how every single game is.
It's not, you're locked in to this because they want everyone to make like a point guard build, a small forward build, and then a center. So they want people buying basically VC for all these 3 characters. So that's what they want. They want people, because I only have one character. I'm like, I'm not doing the whole 20 different characters and all that other stuff. I'm not doing all that because it's a lot of work to build up your guy, for at least for me. But oh my God, it's so annoying.
Yeah. No,
all these basic video game, like gameplay
features.
systems.
Yeah.
That are just missing. Like I should be able to go from level 1 to level 40 by myself, playing by myself without playing the park. If I don't want to play park, I should not have to, or play with any other people. I should be able to advance through my career and do it by myself. The whole, and it shouldn't. If
and
it
you know
takes
what?
a little bit longer, that's fine. But I don't want to play with random people.
I get what you're saying. That's actually kind of how, but that's one of the reasons. One of the main reasons why I stopped playing Destiny is because there are certain things that mostly there were a lot of people who didn't play PvP, but they still had to. Like for certain things, they still had to play PvP. And most of the time, when it comes to like doing certain strikes at a certain difficulty level to get a certain weapon, you have to have teammates. You cannot do any strike, and they still haven't. Now I haven't played Destiny in a minute, but I'm pretty sure they still haven't done that to where, hey, why don't we make strikes where you can one-man it? Oh my God, it's such a crazy fucking concept. That's why I don't like Bungie anymore. That's why I don't like Activision. That's why I don't like all these companies who just, they don't think, they don't use their fucking brains. It's so weird. It's like, dude, and then of course like Destiny 2, like it's too grindy. Like most people have full-time jobs. We can't casually play it. And that's why I'm not going to spend this time doing this.
And that's one of the reasons I like how Sea of Thieves is designed. Everything in that game you can do by yourself. Even the puzzles and all these other things. Yeah. There's ways to do it with two people that it's quicker and more efficient or whatever. But and if people say it's like more, I do like squad-based things, but those rewards for the squad-based things there should also be single-player content that you can get those things for. And that's it. I'm not saying get rid of squad-based activities because those are fun to play with your friends and stuff. Have a single-player version of those things. It's real simple. It's not make it challenging and difficult for the single player. But then if you want to put AI bots in there or whatever, or if you want to have it like be a fortification thing like in Gears of War where you get more fortifications or more things to help you with, or something, or just make the
AI, I don't know,
make the enemies easier to kill just a little bit, bring it down 20% or 30%. It's not, I'm just,
there's a lot of, and that's another reason why I like DICE so much, is because each year they usually have something different with their Battlefield games. Like they bring something different. Like with Battlefield 5, it was fortifications. It's never been put in a Battlefield game. It's different.
And then but now that they're doing it and they're doing, what is it, the something else, I want the fortifications in there again because I like building the fortifications.
I love those. I would love to see like a more refined
a plane
version
would come in or whatever and just get rid of it, and then I'm like, it was like another form of destruction, kind of.
Yep. But there were a lot of people who didn't really like that until after a while. They're like, okay, actually, I do like them. And then a lot of people, they love the fortifications now that they're not in a Battlefield game.
Yeah, they miss it. So it just added another layer. So it's like if you and your friends wanted to stay at an objective, it's not just whatever the developers put in there as your thing. You can build, and then if those buildings got destroyed, you can build back up. And that was the reason for fortification, is so because there was so much destruction in the game.
And you know what? I will admit that this new Battlefield, the movement does feel pretty similar to COD. But they did it for a fucking reason, because everyone is a bunch of morons. They have no idea these people have no idea what they want. They have no clue what they want. So they're like, okay, fine. You're going to keep fucking bitching about our game. We'll go to what's more popular. Call of Duty. You fucking idiots. And people are still bitching about the specialists. Did you have a problem with the specialists? Did it feel like there was certain specialists were overpowered, or did it just feel like you were playing a regular character in the game that happened to have a specific gadget? Because that's what it felt like to me. I didn't even feel like they were specialists. I didn't feel like that at all.
The thing, there was one criticism I saw that was valid. But then he even said that this won't be an issue because of customization. When he was going around the battlefield, he saw so many of the same characters, whether it's on the good or bad side. And that's what he liked about the other battlefields, was like if you were a Russian team, there was like specific Russian looking characters. Mm-hmm. Or, if you were on like the Chinese side, there was more Chinese people. So that is what he's like, he's like, I don't know if I'll miss that because of all the characters, like your medic, the medic lady with the gun, that's going to be that character or whatever. It's like, are you going to be able to change the way she looks? Or are you going to be, you
you could do that. They're going to have, customization.
Well, like I'm saying, like her actual body. Is she just going to be that old looking lady?
Because she's like, they actually have names for them.
Yeah, but that's what I'm wondering. So is it just going to be your gear, or is it going to be, can you make her like, whatever race you want to, or whatever? If you want to make her a guy, you like, that's what I don't know.
I think it'd be really cool if you could like have her hair down, like just because it's in a bun, and
just little things. Yeah. You can mix it up like that, I guess. Yeah, and just like hoodies, you can put different things on her. But that's one thing I was interested in seeing is how much customization are they going to put into it to make the character look different?
Yeah.
So it's not just a whole bunch of clones running around killing each other.
Yeah, it's I mean, because they're gonna have a battle pass, so I know they're gonna have cosmetics and stuff like that. Like they already have, like for the gold edition, they already have cosmetics for your weapons, and then different skins for your characters and stuff like that. So it's not gonna look all the same, and of course, they're gonna have multiple seasons, over and over. So it's
So
we're gonna have a bunch of stuff like that. So, and it's gonna be really interesting because that's gonna be new. The seasons are gonna be new to Battlefield and Halo. Oh, and then there's another thing too. I wanted to, now I talked to Dylan about this, and he said exactly what he agreed with me basically. I want to ask you your opinion.
The Master Chief Collection had seasons though, I think. Yeah, but anyways, go ahead. I think.
Well, okay, that makes sense. So then, okay, all right. So cool.
Well, go ahead.
Okay, so here's okay.
If I remember.
If Battlefield and Halo had a BR, okay. Hey, the new Battlefield, the new Halo had a BR. Let me ask you this. If those two BRs had the same exact problems that Warzone does, lack of content, hackers all over the place, would you agree that every single fucking person would shit on both Halo and Battlefield's BR and never play them again, stop playing them?
Yeah, but they'll play Call of Duty.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Why? Because it's Call of Duty. And that for me is where the gaming community completely loses me. Like people aren't true gamers anymore. They don't play what they love. They play what's ever popular. Even if they don't like fucking playing it, even if they rage and lose their complete minds. That's why I had to stop playing Warzone and Destiny, because the game was there were so many shitty things in it. I would rage so much. I have to stop playing these games. I have to. Because they're just driving me nuts. Anyways, but yeah. Yeah,
that was me rage. I got more mad than I ever have playing video games this last weekend. And it's just, there are little things in the game that annoy me to where it's not real basketball. It's not even close, and they pride themselves on being realistic. And it's the same thing as like dribbling.
Yeah.
Dribbling a ball. If I'm dribbling with my right hand and you're on my right side, it's easier to steal the ball. So that's why I switch it to this hand or whatever. And that's what they say, that if you're on the side with the ball, you have a greater chance. It's not. It's not. You don't have to be like angled to the side. You have to be all the way out of position, out of defensive position. So no longer in front of the offensive player. You have to be on his side to get the ball. And then there's this weird, if you have a certain badge, you can be directly behind someone, and they're dribbling out in front of you. They press steal. The animation, your guy basically like sucks to him, they connect to him, and then he reaches around you and steals the ball. Has no advantageous position at all. And I'm just like, if you want to steal from behind somebody, you have to come up on the side of them while they're dribbling. That happens, and people aren't looking. Like they'll dribble and some guy will come up behind him, like say on a fast break or whatever, and steal. But you have to come on the side of him. You can't sit right behind him when he's right here. You can't sit right behind him, and that's a foul. You have to come alongside of them. And I'm just like, the person who put that stuff in there has no idea about, and they have these quadrants. They said before the game release, if you're directly in front of somebody, that's a certain kind of defense. If you're to the front right of somebody, that's another kind of defensive position. The game will supposedly recognize the different quadrants that you're in. But apparently there's only one quadrant for behind you. So you can be anywhere you want to be. So I was like, so you didn't think about putting that same system, that cone system, man. Just reverse it and put it behind the person. It's not, or have it all the way around I'm just, what do you, like if you're on someone's right side and they switch to that side, the ball, it should be a steal every single time. It should be a steal because that's how it is in real basketball. If I'm sitting on someone's right hand and they switch to their right hand, I'm going to bother their, it's every single time. And then people will learn how to dribble, but like real life. And it's so annoying.
Would you agree that the reason why they don't, or they either can't or don't put certain features in 2K games is because they release one every single year?
No, because like they've had it's 2K22. Like no, they've made 22, but they've made 22. It started out with 2K. So
there's no
2K,
excuse.
Like, there's no excuse. You have to be able to put, and I've heard developers talk about it's like you don't want us to make the ball available to steal at all times, and I'm like, but way more than it is right now, way more. And then there's times when the ball is available, it doesn't make any sense that it's available to be stolen. There were times when I'm passing, like there'll be a defender right in front of me, and I will pass to someone who's on the other side of him, and the pass won't be up and around. It doesn't register that there's a defensive player in front, and the defensive player is not trying to steal the ball. The ball will just go right. He'll pass the ball as if the computer defender or real person or whoever it is isn't there. He'll just pass. But then there are times when you're going to the basket and you're doing a layup and then someone comes to block the shot and then you press pass because they know how to do it because I've seen it done.
Yeah.
They'll do an animation where it passes around the defender and it'll go to the corner or whatever. So I know it's possible. There's just some issue. I don't know what and those are little tiny gripes. But the main defensive like principles of someone in front of you, someone on the sides, it should be that's how basketball works. So like if you know someone can't dribble, you crowd them. But if they're quick, they can go around you. So then you have to make those judgments. But in this one, you just go up and crowd somebody and then that's it. And then they can do all these crazy dribbles with you right basically in front of them. It doesn't matter. And I'm like, there should be a steal. And then that will stop. Okay, there's this thing in 2K, and it's been around forever.
Oh.
And I'm talking about forever. They sprint. It's a stat. It's like speed with ball.
Yeah.
Or before it was just speed. They make these little tiny guards that are like 99 speed with ball. Okay, and you can't defend them. There's like these little moves that you can do, these little crossover moves that make you. This is called speed boosting. That gets these quick animations. Quick little tiny animation, and they go, and it's not real basketball. And then they sprint. And I'm talking about, have you ever seen someone in basketball run this way on the basketball court, stop, run this way in the basketball court, stop, run this way in the basketball court, stop, run this way in the basketball court? It happens and it's the most effective thing in the game. You can't stop it. You cannot stop it with someone who's like a quick little guard. If someone's slower, but they get all of these speed boosting animations that they just go, that they stop, and then you think they're going back this way, and then they go this way. And there's nothing you can do. It's not a rhythm. It's not coming off of a screen, stopping, and then going. It's not that. It's horizontally run this way, horizontally run this way, horizontally run this way, horizontally run this way.
So it's basically a broken exploit.
Yeah, and it's been around forever. It's back and forth, and they don't know how to fix it. And I'm just like, you don't let people do that. It's just real. It should be like a hesitation thing. It should be a hesitation thing. It should be fakes and whatever. And that's basketball. It's not running in certain directions over and over and over again. Stopping, acting like you're going to shoot, and then going this way. That's not. And I don't know.
That's crazy, man. That is really crazy. It's and you know that's another thing that's a huge that really sucks is when you see a fucking problem that's been in a game for so like what was it I think it was Fallout 76. I can't remember what the bug was, but there was a bug when the game was released. There was a huge bug in Fallout 76 that had been in like two other Fallouts before that, and it was still there. And I'm like, so literally the devs are literally ignoring it, and they're just like, whatever, it's all right.
Maybe like at least if there's a bug you can't fix. Because there's some bugs you can't fix because then it'll break the game for some reason. I've heard those stories.
Come out and say something.
Yeah, just
Jesus Christ.
Just say, we apologize. Like there's this thing built that we can't fix. They don't apologize. They don't release any statements or anything like that. Like if my game is broken, I cannot play Park. Can I get a refund?
Yeah. No,
I can't.
Of course not. No, of course
I
not.
can't. So I'm screwed. So you sold me a product that doesn't work properly. Like you should be sued. You should be sued. Like it's not. I don't understand that issue. Like I would not play that. I would get my $70 something back, and then I would buy it used for $40, whatever. I'm never buying in my life another one of those games. And especially new. I'll play the single player. The single player usually is fine, even though that has a whole bunch of stupid issues too. You're a DJ street ball player who plays in the NBA and all these stupid stories.
That's really, if someone wanted to say something was racist.
Well, yeah, and then you're a rap star. You're a rap star in this, and you never talk. There's no voice that you can use. It's always like a hip hop slang. Yeah, dog. No, I mean, come on. It's always these weird, like stereotypical. Whether you're a white character or a black character, or I don't understand that whole. Like, you can't make a Mexican character in the game. Like, you can't make any kind of different. You can't make.
If you want to complain about some racism, you could probably get away with that in 2K.
There was one. There was one. Oh God, there was one. I think it was like 2K5. You could not make a white player. You could not make a white. There was no white skin tone. The whitest one looked like an albino black guy, and there was no white features, like at all in the game. There was barely any white hair. Like it was bad. But it was 2K5. Like it was way back in the day. Way back. It was like almost 20 years ago. So I'm like, and my dad even commented. He was like, "That's your player?" And I was like, "Yeah." He's like, "Are there only black guys in it?" And I was like, "No." I was like, "I tried to make him. This is the whitest his skin tone can be in the game." He's like, "Oh, that's weird." And he just walked away. And that should be everyone's like reaction, not this big uproar and everyone freaking out. He's like, "Well, that doesn't make any sense."
However, if the devs keep doing it, maybe someone should say something.
Well, you can make a white character now. That's fine. But like, it's just it's now his name was DJ.
Oh man. Woo.
Yeah, real creative. Like, just make a high school, and now it's so stupid. You're a high school player who's like this YouTube sensation because of YouTube highlights. So he's like a YouTube star.
So they're just doing all these stupid fucking. That's what it is. It's just what's trendy? What's trendy?
I understand now. Well, the whole DJ thing was never trendy. That doesn't make any sense. It doesn't. And then, like Spike Lee wrote a story where it's like there was like we had family issues, like your mother passed away, and all these other things. I'm like, oh, that's cool. Like there's actual, but it doesn't actually matter after you get past the first season. Like the first season is like a story, and then it goes into more like RPG elements the more you go. But this one, like it's so dumb. And then they have like these comic relief characters, and I don't know who this is for. And I think it's for people like my girlfriend, because, and this is a stretch. I don't know if we went and saw Venom 2.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's right. You said it was
okay.
I heard
and the movie annoyed me to where like Venom is this comedic character.
Yeah, that's what everyone was saying. Yeah.
Okay, Corey loved it. That's who the movie's for. It's for people who don't know anything about these characters, and it's for people who like just going and being silly, happy. It's not for people who actually know. And I don't know too much about Venom and Carnage and all that other stuff, but I know he's not a comedic character or whatever. And then like, Tom Hardy's acting is real strange. He's a great actor. It's real weird. It's real.
Yeah, I heard that most of the movie is just Venom and him like going back and forth. Like most of it is going back and forth.
There's this weird thing where Venom's making him draw, and Tom Hardy's playing this character, Eddie Brock, he comes off as an idiot. I don't know if Eddie Brock was an idiot. I thought he was like a good journalist in the comic books, if I remember correctly. But he comes off as who can't figure anything. Venom is the one who makes all the connections for his journalist stories and all this other stuff. So it's like Eddie Brock doesn't. Yeah, so it doesn't make any. So like, there was some scene where all these clues had to be drawn out. So Venom, because Venom's way smarter, obviously, than Eddie Brock, because he's a super intelligent alien species. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and he says in the movie he has billions of years of data from his symbiote colony or whatever. But he's like, here, let me show you, and he takes over his body and he draws, and then it's back to Tom Hardy, and Tom Hardy goes like, that's weird. Let me show you again. And it goes real fast, and he's drawing all these sketches, and I'm just like, is this like slapstick comedy? Is this what it's supposed to be? Like, I don't understand what this is. There was one like there was one actual funny part where Venom comes out of him, like it's his face, and he's talking to him.
Yeah.
And then they're arguing and he gets mad and he headbutts Brock and he breaks his nose. And then like he instantly feels bad. He's like, oh, I'm sorry. Here, let me fix it. I'm sorry. And he fixes it. It's like, so I can break it again. And he hits him again and he breaks his nose again. So I'm like, okay, that's kind of, but it's like it's like almost every a whole scene. Bunch. It's like, yeah, and Venom's in the movie. Like, to me, it's too much. He should be more, I told this to Corey, he should be more like Beetlejuice, to where you don't see him very often. And then when you do get to see him, it's like, holy shit. And so I don't understand.
Yeah, that's weird. That's real disappointing because Carnage is one of the biggest villains.
Yeah. Carnage was cool to see Carnage, but it wasn't special. I don't know. There's some weird magic missing from the movie.
They missed the marker.
Just a little bit. Like, it's still entertaining and fun. It's like, it's cool. Granted, I feel lucky that like before, because comic books and movies, like, they were like taboo. Like the first Batman movie with Michael Keaton, people are like, oh, that's not gonna, that's whatever. But now it's the main thing driving the movie business is the shit that it's the content that people shit on back in the day. Oh, what are you, a comic book nerd? Blah, blah, blah. Billions of dollars, hundreds of billions of dollars later. It's like, yeah, those are great stories. Those are great stories and great characters when done properly. And when it's done improperly, like we've seen with multiple DC movies, it's just, you want to throw up. Yeah. You want to throw up. And you're like,
yeah, especially, too. It's like you had such an opportunity.
You have no idea. Like, you need to get someone who understands. It is more, people don't want at least the comic book fans, they don't want like the fluffy for everybody movie. And those are your fans that you have to satisfy. So if you make a good movie like that, you can make multiple ones and that hardcore fan base will stick with it. I don't know if the casual people like Corey would appreciate it, but you put Tom Hardy in it and then women will go see it. You know, the casual people, I'll go see it because I'll go see anything with Tom Hardy because he's great. First of all, he looks fantastic and his hair looks fantastic. And I want to cut my hair just like him, but I know I'll never, ever appear.
Yeah. Oh, well, and you know, it's funny too. It's like the Justice League, just the regular version. It was good, but it was like it was okay. But the Zack Snyder's director's cut was amazing. I don't care if it was 4 hours long.
Yeah, and especially compared to the thing before it. Yeah.
And like there was one scene in just the regular version where after they had defeated, I can't even remember his name now. What's the main villain's name? Yeah.
Well, he's not even the main. The Dark Side was the main one.
Well, I'm saying like in the main. Yeah, I get what you're saying. Like they didn't really even mention. I don't remember them mentioning Dark Side in.
They cut him out of the first one. They just like
completely. I'm like, what the fuck? They mentioned
him. Yeah, they mentioned he's the Thanos of that whole.
Yeah, exactly.
Universe.
But there's one scene where
let's cut him out.
What? Why would we do that? But there's one scene in the original version after they defeated Steppenwolf and all that, where Wonder Woman she's like on the ground. She looks up because Cyborg and Superman are like laughing. She goes, "I work with children," and it's so fucking corny. It's so dumb, so fucking dumb. They took that out, and Zack Snyder. I'm like, thank fucking God, thank you so fucking much for taking that out.
Yeah.
And like, dude, and then I don't know.
She's not supposed to be comic relief. Like the Flash is kind of supposed to be comic relief.
And he's good at it.
She's a badass warrior princess. Who will destroy pretty much anything. And it's just like you're making her she's not.
No. Yeah.
Gal Gadot is not funny. She's not a comedian.
She's not even that great of an actress. I mean, she's good, but she's not that great. Okay, let's be honest here.
I wouldn't call.
She's really hot, but
I wouldn't call Gal a great actress. No. She's good. No. She's entertaining to watch, but I'm not gonna go to a movie to see her. Yeah, it's like that's not.
No. Especially in what you showed me in Wonder Woman 1984 or whatever.
Did you end up watching that?
No. Well, you showed me. I was like, never.
Please watch it. It's so bad. No one wants to see superheroes in slow-mo, like a face shot of a superhero running like this. Nobody wants to see. They want to see because in Zack Snyder's version, she is so fucking fast.
I know.
In the
I love
movie.
it, dude. That was
Like,
so cool. Blocking all the bullets. Tick, 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 tick.
You actually made her a superhero. It wasn't this stupid slow motion. And that's one thing I noticed, jumping all over the place. The Matrix,
Yeah.
when they would slow shit down, back then it was cool. But now I want to see them. I want to see the actual, when they would actually do like Neo, when they actually showed how usually quick they are, they do that like little motion with the arms, like
Yeah.
that's still kind of like slow but fast. Like I want to see what they look like fighting.
Or it's like when
Like
Neo
real.
in the first one when the moment he became the one, and when like Agent Smith came and he starts punching him and like he's like
Yeah, and they actually showed it.
I was like, I want more of that. Come on, man!
Like I don't want like a tense moment where someone's holding a gun and then.
I mean,
And
maybe like one or two of them, like when Neo like Trinity help when they were on the roof and then
Yeah. Oh yeah, the classic.
Like,
the classic
those
scene
moments, like shit like that. So I get it because like they're so moving so fast, it looks like they're moving slow, kind of like. So I understand that part, and especially with the the bullets and like the.
Yeah, but I don't want to see someone.
No, not running like that. No.
No, I don't want to see this. This is bad. Any kind of content. This is bad.
And
I
then
don't like
just
that.
her face alone was horrible acting. And she's not
Nobody
even doing
runs
anything.
like nobody runs with the straight. Nobody runs with it. It's like a because you're exerting energy. You're run. No one is running down the street. You're not running then. You're not running. You're I don't know what you're doing, but you're not running.
Well, and then just jumping back, I did want to get like your because you and I we played a good amount. Well, I mean I definitely played a lot more, but I wanted to get your full
My
official
opinion.
opinion.
I like the beta. The guns felt good.
Yeah.
I messed around with the sniper a little bit. I've never been a sniper, but messed around with the sniper felt good. Couldn't hit anything at all, which I like.
Because it's difficult and
it's difficult and there's a learning curve to it. The bullet drop is still in the game. I noticed it's a little bit less
it's
than normal, and that's as long as it's in the game.
Yeah. And
That's
here's
fine.
another thing too. And one thing I was worried about, which is so funny because I figured it out on the last day, is with the weapons that are fully automatic. I was like, fuck, man, you can't switch from semi from fully automatic to semi-automatic. And so I was like, I mean, okay, I guess, because I figured I was like, they did it because they have DMRs and like specific DMRs that are.
Yeah.
No, you can. When you zoom in, when you ADS, it shows it, you hit down on the D-pad and it switches. I was like, oh, and I never noticed that.
There's always little things in the game, and that's what another thing is. I didn't understand all the controls for the tanks and all that stuff. So I have to,
I know you could switch them. No, I did that for the helicopters. It's back to normal how it was. I was like, oh fucking thank Jesus Christ. There's going to be different
like control schemes, configurations for different things.
Oh,
but I'm
that's
thinking
what
like,
I wanted to talk. Yeah, go ahead.
But like when I got in the tank and I switched seats to something like when you were driving the tank and I switched to something that looked up, I had no idea how to use it. And
there's like the grenade launcher, and then there's like a spotting system now, which is really interesting. I'm like,
so you can have those are the things that I love doing in a game because I don't for some reason like there's nothing extra to do in Call of Duty.
Yeah,
there's nothing. It's just if you're
not
a
fighter, you have to be a fighter. That's it.
You're shooting, and that's fine if you want to play that way. But I like to like in battle now. I loved flying the drone. I loved hiding in a bush and flying the drone over you and seeing
it helped. It really helped.
Yeah. So I'm just thinking about if we have a group of people who stick together and know what they're doing, like it makes it almost unstoppable. If you have a group of like 3 other people and I'm following you, like you guys can't go too far from me.
Yeah.
Because I can't, we don't have but just having that, nobody looked up. Nobody even noticed my drone. So
you can use that drone if you see like someone like a little robot dog or like Boris's his turret, you can shoot and you can EMP it. And I've seen like the armored Jeeps. I've seen them get droned as well and they'll stop. And I'm like, whoa, that's cool. I don't think you can do it with like tanks and stuff like that, but
that'd be a little too powerful if you can just
if you could do it to tanks, that'd be But yeah, I really like playing as Boris because you set the turret down. Like I said, any enemies that come into the turret, you'll hear it, and it'll start shooting it and it'll spot them. Dude, I tell you, I went on so many kill streaks. I'm like, oh, this is awesome. Kill, because it outlines them in red, and you could see him playing his day.
So can you put that like on the ground and then get into an elevated position?
Oh yeah, yeah. Okay, that right there. I've done that so many times. I put it on I was on this hill, and I put it like kind of angle on this hill, and I went around, and I was like by this tree. And people were running, and it was and I'm just like, they had no idea because they were looking.
And they would turn and look at the drone.
Yeah, they would see the turret shooting. They're like, shit, I'm getting shot at. So they look up and start shooting that. But by the time I already know where they're, and I'm like, and see, that's another thing too. It's like with me, I
ambush people by yourself.
Yeah, exactly. And there's like strategy to it, man. And then also what I really like, me personally, I would say that I've been a pretty what is not Die Hard? I've stuck with dice. I've stuck with dice through
loyalty.
Yeah, there you go.
Been loyal.
And it's and I I know if there's a good amount of features that aren't in this new Battlefield that were in Battlefield 5, I might miss some of them. Like I hope the leaning is still in there because I really like the leaning. I hope.
Yeah, the leaning should be in the game.
Yeah. However, you know what? Look, it's okay. I'm not going to lose my mind and not play the game. Like, they know what they're fucking doing. There's still a lot of really cool things in the game that they have, the new additions, like the tornado. Hello. And then another one I wanted to mention, too, is because I know, like, we haven't really seen too much destruction. Now, what I did see is, like, those buildings that were there. I saw one wall that was completely destroyed. Like, there weren't any pieces left. It was the entire wall was gone. I was like, oh, that's kind of interesting. And then, of course, they had the fucking shockwave and shit now, like, and then and then I see more pieces fly off, and like I'm still really excited about this game. And like I said, getting a kill, shooting, and like when you get that, especially when you get a headshot, I'm like, okay, I love it. I want to know like some of the coolest moments in Battlefield 1. And then Battlefield 5 was like getting knocked down from like a grenade went off and it would blow you. Yeah, it would blow you like back. And then there was still like 2 or 3 times I was up on an elevated position on the 2nd story or 3rd story, and I got blown out of a window, and I would end up on the street like below, and I'm just laying there, and I'm like, what the fuck? Like this. Yeah. I hope that's in there because I didn't experience that in this, but it didn't happen too often in Battlefield 1 and 5. But that kind it felt. It felt like grounded. It felt like impactful. There were moments when there was like a concrete center block and some guy was shooting a rocket at me and I went behind that. And then that took the force away and that blew me back. I wasn't dead. I was hurt a little bit, but I didn't die. And I'm just like, those kind of moments will never happen in any other. And I still remember them because I was like, that's cool. Yeah, I know it's, and then like I remember in the beta, I was in this building and I killed a couple people. And I went outside and I looked up and I see, that little mini helicopter. It's called a Little Bird. I think they kept the same name. And I see it flying. It looks like it's going to go above the building. And I see this rocket come up from behind it and hit the tail. And the pilot inside loses control. And he like spins and then crash lands right in front of a huge explosion. I was like, oh, that I'm like, yeah.
Well, there's no other, to me, there's no other game. I don't know if like PC games and stuff like that, but there's no other games like that. Oh, there's one game I wanted you to, because we're coming up here pretty soon. You got to leave. There's one game I wanted to. It's some dinosaur game. It's called the Lost Wild. Is a survival horror adventure with dinosaurs that have dynamic AI. Have you heard of this?
I haven't.
No. Okay. Well, I'll screen share with you and show you. This right now, and you're sharing the screen. Can I share the audio? I forget how to share the audio, if I remember correctly. Mute my audio. No, don't mute my audio. Show self. There was something I remembered more.
And there should be just like a regular share audio.
Share sound. Share sound. Can you hear that?
Yeah, sounds like it, yeah.
Some attack, yep. So that looks in-game, doesn't it?
Oh, wow. That looks good. That looks very. Hell yeah, I'd love to play that.
That's what it seems. Yeah, because I think it's only on PC, so I wanted to bring it to your attention.
Yeah, no, yeah, that's you know, they have something similar as like a survival game as you've heard the game Ark.
Yeah. But I don't know if it's because that looks like you're on like one of the Jurassic Park islands. Yeah, you have to survive. That's what it looks like. I think because Ark is something completely different. You're in a different world. It's built.
The storyline to that game Ark is actually really interesting, but
the reactive systematic AI behavior introduced novelty to how players approach each encounter, including the ability to repel and fight off predators with non-lethal tactics. The Lost Wild will let you intimidate and lure foes with gameplay that tests your reflexes and brain. Players will find themselves exploring abandoned Japanese facilities from a first-person perspective, where staying quiet is just as important as scavenging for two. Okay, so it's basically like a scavenger with the. So cool. Just a realistic looking one. So cool.
Did you want to clap or?
Yeah, we can clap. Yeah, we can clap. You clap at the 15.
Okay.
Just so we have. There you go, and I'll clap. Yeah, there we go. I'll cut the clapping part out. Few little quick headline news before you go. I'll share the screen with you so you can look at it with me.
You okay?
Me. Madden 22's ongoing roadmap will be slightly less ambitious. Remember I told you about the whole...
Nice.
Yeah, the what was it? The scouting thing. I would say the roadmap probably is less ambitious than years past because we are really focused on a few core areas, man. They're always focused on core areas. These fucking morons. God damn, video game hate every sports game right now. I hate it because of NBA 2K. This is actually, they made Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl has given us the gift of SpongeBob SquarePants Xbox Series X.
I heard about that game, but it's the game itself. People were saying that it's real like basic and it's a $50 game.
Oh yeah, it's a game for children. But look at that cool Xbox.
You don't even like SpongeBob.
I don't, but that's really cool. And then
I think so. I think they both look awesome.
But they're not selling them. It's like they're special giveaway ones. They're not like you can't buy these. These are you have to enter you have to retweet
fucking
or whatever, and then get selected. Yeah. Are you excited about the Grand Theft Auto trilogy coming out?
Yeah, I heard about that. That's gonna be cool. Yep.
Yeah, so I'm excited about, but I don't know. Is it just going to be? Is it like a remake completely? Is it a texture upgrade? Like what exactly did they?
Oh yeah, so talking about I saw the little headline where you just said hackers have exploited bots. Okay. Tom Henderson came out. He said these words. He said, PC needs to be aware. This is not good at all. Hackers have cracked the battle. Yeah, here it is. Easy
two individual hackers are now offering wall hack, aimbot, and several other cheats for Battlefield.
It hasn't been cracked, you fucking moron. There's still going to be cheaters. Yes, there's still going to be cheaters. Hello, it doesn't mean that it's been fucking cracked. What the, hello, anti-easy cheat is used for Apex, Fortnite, so many other games. Are there still cheaters in those games? Yes, there's not that many, but there are still cheaters in the fucking game. This is what I'm talking about. Tom Henderson, this is what I'm talking about. It's almost like someone is paying him to say this bullshit, to push this shit. It's really fucking weird.
I don't know.
The reality is there's no anti-cheat that's unbreakable. In the game, you have to pay for the game. It's not free to play. So therefore, it's harder to cheat in the game.
Well, now you're not getting, you would get less hackers because you have to buy the game. Yeah. It's not a war zone type thing. Yeah. I wouldn't say it's harder to cheat, but there's less likely to run into cheaters. And there's also a lot of this stuff happens on PC where it's like an open source stuff. And so I play on console. I'm not really worried about that. But then, because even I hear about games like the NBA 2K series or whatever, there's all these cheaters online on the computer side. And there's all these, the whole community is different because they can create anything they want. They, get into the code and they can change, characters, how they, perform and all this other stuff. So there's all these different that I never experienced because I'm on console. So I'm like, okay, you PC. That's another reason I don't fucking play PC games. But it shouldn't be like that. Also, have you seen there's a Resident Evil movie?
Yeah, I heard about that.
Did you see the trailer?
No, I haven't seen the trailer. I didn't know there was actually one out yet.
Yes, sir.
Come on.
Yeah.
Come on.
Let me have to share the audio.
No, I could hear it.
Oh, you can hear it? Okay, sorry.
Yeah. Good.
Every story has a beginning. Discover the origin of evil.
It's so easy.
Why are you back here, Claire?
So easy
Your
to make a movie about something just...
They're not true now.
Take it seriously.
We need to expose Umbrella. Watch this.
I'm afraid, Claire. I'm afraid of what they're gonna do to this town.
He's a good actor. I like him.
See, Umbrella.
Just make a movie that's in the mansion.
You know what I mean?
Oh,
People are getting sick.
Be like there's the police department from the second one.
You gotta help us, Claire. Let the world know what's really going on.
Like, I don't even care if the special effects look weird.
Yeah.
Like, just make it serious.
We have to contain this.
Shall we go?
Just take little things from the video game, put it in the movie. Like right there, that right there, that's the mansion.
Mm-hmm. That's right.
There's the woods, there's the mansion. It's not hard.
I'm not gonna play it. It's been so long.
What were Umbrella doing here?
This is where they're experimenting on him.
Yeah, don't
Split up.
take any liberties and make your own story. The story's already there for you. Okay, there's the mansion.
What the?
How easy is that? Remember that zombie from the first one you run into? That was it. It doesn't take a genius to do this. Like, you have to get the people who love the stuff from the very beginning into it.
We're gonna take Umbrella down.
Jesus Christ. It doesn't, I don't even watch trailers. And I'm like, let me see this fucking thing because I know they're going to screw it up. And I'm like, oh, but hopefully this is not like the Suicide Squad trailer where the trailer looked awesome and the movie is absolute garbage.
You mean the second one?
No. The second one was okay. The second one, Suicide Squad, this most recent one.
Yeah.
It was, I liked it better than the Will Smith.
I do not like
Suicide Squad.
I do not like Margot Robbie as Harley Quinn.
She's okay.
She's not. That's not for me. For at least for me, that's not. She's not that kind of character. She cannot portray crazy good. At least for me, they try to make her like hot. I understand. Like it's okay to like.
Well, she is
okay
like she is like a hot, sexy, crazy character.
She's not even like she doesn't. For me, she doesn't do crazy well at all. At all. It's at least for me, it's forced.
It comes off as more corny. It's not. She's not the like looks wise. It's fantastic.
Mr. J, like where is that voice coming from? Like you don't like. She was a therapist. She didn't just like. She just. That's not her normal voice. Like it's just I don't like with Heath Ledger and like how he made the Joker's voice. It sounded like it was his voice.
Yeah, because it's more of like it's more of like a Brooklyn act. It's more of a that kind of thing. But like I don't remember her when she was Harleen. I don't remember if she had an accent.
Pretty sure she didn't.
I don't know, or if like the experiments that the Joker ran like completely just broke her. Because I know of people who've had head trauma. It's like really rare that they'll get hit in the head really hard and then they'll speak with an accent like afterwards. I don't know if that's the thing that they were going for or not. Avowed reportedly I got this one for you, has destructible environments and is deep into pre-production. All
right. Anything that has destruction, I'm for it.
Yeah, anything that has destruction, I'm gonna bring up to you.
Control.
Control. I think that is everything I wanted to show you. Yep, that's pretty much everything. I never did an intro to this. It's a Video Games and Nonsense podcast. I'm Chase Carter. That's Raymond Woods. We appreciate you guys for watching, and we'll see you next week.
I remember